These are the kind of days I remember from Anvil. Bright sunny skies, damn near whitewashed streets. Man, I really like this place. Okay, what's next? Let's go to Chorrol. Sounds good to me. I've arrived in Chorrol now. Oh, yeah, this is essentially a major stop in the main story. It's something that I really don't want to start for a while. I want to do stuff. I don't feel like it's not immersive to not directly get into one thing or another. You come out a vagabond prisoner. If you're supposed to save the world, you need to prepare yourself for that. I mean, at least it makes sense as far as that goes.
Hello. Hello. I'm Castor Scribonia, the writer, author of Woman Gone Wild.
Woman Gone Wild, huh?
It's good to know we've got such a strong Fighters Guild presence here in town. You too.
Yeah, if you recall, when Boris gave us the key to help us out of the sewer, I mean, he didn't try to lock us back up. He didn't even really question why we were even there. The Emperor trusted us fine, but he didn't even really allow us to get out of there with the sword on our back. I mean, he's like, I appreciate you recovering these swords. And maybe that's a traditional thing with them, but you know what? Little consideration, a little thought might be that, you know, if you want me to do this all-important thing of delivering this amulet, which, to be fair, Boris could probably really not have any idea how important that might be. Well, there's another heir. Nothing he's ever heard about. Could be rumor, could be just me being a prisoner making shit up. You know, so it's not hard to work around that mentally. And so when I do get out, you know, I've got some prisoner's rags, some stuff that I gathered, you know, from the rats in the sewer type of thing, and I'm supposed to go off and do this all-important mission for the Emperor. Well, I'd probably be the best person for that, because I'm certainly not going to be a high-profile personality anyone's gonna recognize. These Mythic Dawn assassins probably do not have my name at the top of their hit list, you know. But it makes sense to go out and become involved, create some kind of life for myself out here in Cyrodiil. Get a feel for the pulse of the goings-on in the Empire as far as that goes, you know, especially if I'm going to be part of saving it, although I really couldn't know that I'm part of saving it, in as much as the Emperor gives this little vague, what would you call, portent or omen to shut the jaws of Oblivion. What the hell you mean by that? I'm just a prisoner, you know? And I love starting like that. And I love when you get out, there's not that need to do one thing or another. Is they wrote it so that without having to pull yourself out of the game and explain why you're doing what you're doing, everything makes sense in the scope of who you are and where you start from, and that you essentially, you're painting your own picture. You know, they just give you a blank canvas and they say, go at it. Here's all the colors and here's a bunch of paintbrushes. Do your thing. And that's just amazing to me. Okay, I do not dump things in the environment. I just don't. Not when I have a choice. So let's see, what's the quickest way to get that? You know, I'll tell you what. Okay, we're going to go the roundabout way. I'll just store these in here for a while. Maybe we come back and get those later. And I can pick that up, and I can just hang on to that. Okay, I do not want this right now. This is a magic book I'm about to level. The only things I need to level right now are, 1 or 2 endurance skills. I think 1 agility, maybe. I probably have that. So 1 or 2 endurance skills, and I think 1 or 2 strength skills. And I had to get that going up the mountain. I'm sure there's some nasty up there that wants to take a bite out of my hide, so no fear that I'm going to meet somebody or something that wants to kill me. Now this right here is just money. Some books are just worth a lot. If a book only weighs a ½ pound or a pound and it's worth like 50 or 75 gold, that's nice.
Excuse me. My name is Angalmo. Can I help you?
Well, shit.
Okay, I'm stumped. If I had more time, I'd buy that off of you and bring it to Sindarian in Skingrad. He's the expert on strange plants. Perhaps you should take it to him. If any other alchemist can help you, he certainly can. If you need training, Athragar has a reputation for being very good with alteration. You might consider speaking to him about it. Farewell.
All right. Well, I'd probably be going to Skindrad next. They've got a pretty nasty quest to get into the Mage's Guild. This one is not so bad. Well, I hope it's not going to be so bad. I guess it depends on what I meet going up the mountain. One thing I notice is even inside buildings, they have the warm glow coming from the windows, and there's a warm feel until you get into dark, damp caves that almost echo with cold winds blowing through them and damp dripping off the ceilings and all that. But aside from that, like, buildings and things have kind of a warm welcome feeling. Food out on the table, the soft glow of candles and coming through the windows and so on and so forth. It's an atmosphere. It's the only way I can really describe it. And it's the shops, the guilds, and all that. Maybe not every single building. You know, you get into the castles and you can kind of feel the cold stone off the walls. I do get that there too, so everything just fits. I'm kind of halfway pointing this out to myself as we go. I believe there's a skill book up here too on one of these shelves. I'd like to locate it. Right now, like I said, I'm not trying to really do any training per se. In fact, whatever skills are here would probably be much handier much later in the game. I have a habit of getting the books early, but I think this time I'm going to try to avoid that. And I'll know that as long as I don't get kicked out of the guild, these will always be here. And so I can come back for these. If I just need some quick skill points, try to remember more or less where some of these books are and what they might be. Hopefully they apply to the things I might need to train in. Kind of sucks if you just need, say, just that one more point in an intelligence skill, like, say, I don't know, conjuration or something. And you've left 5, 6, 7, 8 skill books around at the Mage Guilds. And there's a couple in the Arcane University, too, when you first get there. And can't remember which one's which. And do a lot of fast traveling around, but sometimes it's comes in handy, especially at really high levels when some things just take forever to raise. So I'll hang on to those. Maybe we won't even need to use them. Who knows? In Skyrim, it was different. And any player who started in Skyrim trying to come back to this, Skyrim's leveling system is a much watered down version of this in terms of requiring much less thought. Just do shit and you'll level, right? And if you've maxed out one thing, then go do something else and you'll level, because everything counts towards the same pool. Well, in this, everything was divided up. Everything you did corresponded with a certain category. Like exercising your mind does not make your muscles bigger, and vice versa. So everything pertains to a certain attribute of the body, depending on what you've trained in, what you've exercised during the course of that level. And then in little increments, when you go to sleep occasionally, you are enlightened, so to speak, and these things are raised up, whether they be strength or intelligence, willpower, whatever. And so it's kind of backwards. It really is. Counterintuitive is the word that comes to mind. This leveling system. Can't think of another one like it. Let's say even Skyrim is vastly different, watered down and different. In terms of, they took the thought out of it, and they basically just said, as long as you're out there playing, shit's going to raise up as you go. It's just going to happen, and it'll go towards a level, and you can put that level towards a little health if you want it, or towards a little stamina, or towards a little magic. And and then go pick a skill, pick a perk. I don't mind the perk system. I don't mind them doing that, but just like Fallout, do not take the attributes out of it. That was their biggest mistake in Skyrim. Taking the attributes out. I didn't, and not having a level cap. Well, they did initially, but their level cap involved literally maxing out every single thing you did. And that's, I don't know. I wish there was a level cap. I can think of one right off the top of my head that might be ideal. Not putting a lot of thought into it, but just something to consider. Having, say, 3 set skills that once they reach 100, that's it. You're capped. Like, say, 1 armor skill, 1 magic skill, and 1 melee skill. Or 2 melee, or even 3 melee, but then no armor, no magic, that type of thing.
Place to stay, especially if you're low on septums.
Yes, I like the Grey Mare as well. I am Alberic Litter of the Mages Guild. I am pleased to make your acquaintance.
I don't know why, but this might be my favorite trainer right here.
You've got a lot to learn.
Yeah. The old conjure. I love the symbol for conjuration too. Love
May
it.
I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Got the Oblivion symbol with the Daedric gauntlet coming up out of it. Ah, man, it's really cool. I want a shirt like that. I really do. Might pull out my old airbrush and make one for myself. There you go. Okay, all these require a skill of 25. I'm going to train with this guy just to get it up to 25 because outside of going and making some custom spell that requires no minimum conjuration, I may do that too. I may just go make a minimum spell for myself at the end of a level and just say, okay, I'm just going to raise this up 10 times or so and we'll call that a level. Maybe something like that. I think it's intelligence-based conjuration. And I like starting with it low like this. It's actually a magic school that I use. Summoning something is basically like a
Come back and see me
tank,
again.
a little off tank for yourself. Here, go beat up on my zombie while I stab you in the back, type thing.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Arthurgard of the Mages Guild. How can I serve you? There's much I can show you. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
So anyway, think about this, and this would, the more I think about it, it would be something of an ideal system. I wouldn't mind seeing something in place like you can have one occupation that's maxed, one magic that's maxed, one combat, melee, that's maxed, whether it be swords, hammers, whatever.
Greetings.
One magic, and then
What is it,
perhaps a,
associate?
I don't
Do
know.
you need
Well, I'll talk about it in a second.
something?
I'm afraid I can't just write one out of hand. That would be against protocols, you see. If perhaps you can clear up a small matter involving Irana, you can prove your loyalty to the guild and earn my recommendation. She and I have an unpleasant history. She does not care for guild regulations and errantly believes I am misusing my powers. I have seen that she is in town. Though she has not approached me, I know she wants something. I would like you to find out what it is. Determine what she's after and how we may be rid of her. I do not want her here spreading her lies.
Spreading her lies. This dude.
Make haste. I wish to be rid of Irana as soon as possible.
Nice. Well, since he's standing right here,
A pleasure to speak with you.
let me unload some stuff.
I passed her the other day. You wouldn't believe the look she gave me. Whatever happened, she's taking it out on the whole guild.
Okay, so the Argonian Guildmaster here and Irana have a
Good that
history.
you want to get better.
I don't know, spurned lovers from the
I offer
past,
the
or
finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
professional rivals, maybe looking down each other's noses at each other's magic, or I don't know. But anyway, think about it. If you just had an occupation, well, and that could be exploited if you didn't put some kind of stop break in place at some point where you reach a certain level in your skills in general, and then at some point you have to make a decision. What do you choose to master in? Like if you choose to, say, study under this guy, where trainers have become more of a, maybe not necessity, but more story related. And if you choose to train under this master over here, well, then you can't train over there. If you choose to train under this mage here, under this school, then you get snubbed by the rest of them, and type of thing. So you pick a certain art or a certain thing you want to do, and it makes it class specific. It creates something of a level cap. It allows you to design your character, make that choice that you're not the jack of all trades. You're not doing literally everything uber super well. That you need to put some thought into a build, and then the way that you would customize your equipment and your gear and other things to fit your build. It doesn't have to play differently than what they did here in Oblivion, per se. You still have your attributes and so on and so forth, and then the skills would eventually cap at a point, and then you could choose a couple specializations to get up there. and master in, and then that would be your designated class. Yeah, let me go ahead and sell these two since we're standing right here.
The finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Wait a minute, which ones are mine? No, that's his stuff, right? But if I started, yeah, okay, tell by the prices. Oh, if I started just buying, I think I've done that before. Accidentally bought a bunch of stuff that I thought I was selling.
That's more.
Not cool.
Than I.
Good way to waste all your money really quick.
Another satisfied customer.
Another satisfied customer.
Take care.
All right, so I know what Iran is looking for, but we got to go ask her anyway, so let me get out there and do that. Yeah, notice even the guildmasters are standing there, casting their spells, training. I wonder if that's a hint that that's a way a player can raise their skills, too.
What is it?
What is it now?
Lots of dogs in this town. Lots of sheep, too.
Hello, I don't think we've met. Are you new in town?
Likewise, I'm always glad to meet someone new. Welcome. I'm sure my mother would be glad to meet you as well. All I heard is that she's looking for some sort of book. You'll have to talk to her if you want to know more. My mother owns Northern Goods and Trade in Chorrol. Bye.
I see. Heard any news from the other provinces? Ah, yes. You are a guild mage, are you not? Yet different from the others. Yes, this is good. There's a small matter with which you may be able to assist. It's nothing worth involving your guild in, I assure you. Best if kept just between us, yes? So, what say you? Excellent. It's a simple task, really. All you need to do is fetch a book for me. The book is entitled Fingers of the Mountain. It is of no use to you. You won't be able to read it. I, however, can, and would very much like to. You'll find it at an old ruin called Cloud Top. It's north of Chorrol, up in the mountains. I'm afraid I don't have an exact location. Return it to me immediately when you have it. Make no mention of it to TES or anyone else in your guild. I will make it well worth your effort.
How are you?
Alright, so as soon as I promise not to tell, I immediately make a beeline back for the guild, hoping Arana doesn't notice, and go immediately snitch her off to TES.
Do you want something from me?
Yes? What? Not only does it exist, but she knows where it is? Well, this is unacceptable. That book needs to be in the safekeeping of the guild. I trust that as a member of the guild, you would do the right thing and acquire this text before Irana does. Are we clear? Ignore her request. Go to this place she has described and return with the book. This is far more important than any petty squabble. Should you go looking for it, I hope that it would be for the sole purpose of bringing it here. Make haste. I wish to be rid of Irana as soon as possible.
Now, there's actually two ways to go about this. Well, three really. One, you can just straight up give it to Arana. Don't know how that adversely affects you with the guild. I guess you could just lie and say you didn't have it. Then you can, of course, just straight give it to TES, but you can also give it to TES and steal it back later and go give it to Arana anyway. And then I think there's another thing you can go through with her to get a copy of a spell. Anyway, the spell, it's got a really, really high mana cost. I remember it, Fingers of the Mountain. It's like a fireball that includes lightning and frost. It's this elemental storm type thing, right? Huge explosive blast type of stuff, but the mana cost is, oh geez, damn near double what the equivalent spell would be for you just to make for yourself at the university. But that's cool. All I'm really interested in is getting the book for these people so I can get the recommendation. Get into the Mage or Arcane University and become a respectable member of the mage community, right? Yeah, sure, okay. Then I can be standing here in Chorrol looking down my nose at both Arana and Tikius, and we can all hate each other for being the better mage. Or something. No, I think I got better things to do. Alright, a nice little trek through the trails up in the mountains. Look at this, man. You know, I think later on, there's a Oblivion gate that opens right up here somewhere. In this general area. I can't wait to get to that phase of the game. It just keeps getting better and better. Like right now, I mean, I actually feel... there's combat music. I figured that was coming eventually. I wonder if I should exercise my axe a little bit. Oh, we got a wolf? Okay, this guy's probably not a joke right now. I'm pretty weak. I mean, it's cool coming out of the sewers like a, you know, newborn babe type thing, just completely wet behind the ears. But on the same token, take that. What, you having problems getting up these stairs, punk? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Shit, I just missed him with all those, didn't I? Look at this thing. And I'm guessing he regenerates health when he bites me too, probably. That was stupid. Oh, and I missed. Wow. Take that. At least you have reach with a two-handed weapon. Okay. I really don't feel like dying right here. Where'd he go? There he is. Man, I'm not healing anything now. Yeah, I need a new spell. I need a new healing spell. That is pretty much useless in combat right there. I doubt somebody hitting me in the face with a battle axe or something trying to bite my leg off is going to be concerned with me. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. I got to stop and heal 37 times. My healing spell only heals 1% of my health each time, so this might take me a minute. Well, he just doesn't want to die, does he? There you go. Damn. Okay, you know, this whole getting into the university early thing, you know, I pretty much do this anyway. I like having all the things at my disposal, having all the quest lines kind of going at once. Mage University is, yeah, I'd say it's the longest and hardest to get into. Because this is essentially a quest in and of itself. You get to go to each city and see the places that are kind of available in the world. Now we got another wolf right now, okay? Another drawn-out wolf battle. And then kind of get that under my belt and then just get out and start exploring and doing stuff, which, you know, all the quest lines are going to send you pretty much everywhere anyway. I mean, you're going to go off into every corner of the map. Regardless, and we'll be revisiting a lot of these cities over and over also. It's interesting how you can fast travel to the cities right off the top. So I'm guessing that you're prisoner, though you don't have a past, so to speak. You're the unnamed, unknown prisoner. I think you're still at least a citizen of Cyrodiil. I don't think it's like Skyrim where you got caught crossing the border or something where, you know, they're all intentionally vague like that. I think you would be familiar with the major cities of Cyrodiil if you were a citizen, and I've got hell joints. Son of a bitch. Alright, well that's easy enough to fix. Although right now, you know, I'll tell you what. This is probably a waste of that. But this guy, he's not going to give me a break, I don't think. Lay down, you little bitch. Ragdolling him down the hill. Wolves are aggressive, man. Well, I guess I kind of needed that, didn't I? I think that's perfect, actually. I think I have just the points I need. In what I need to go level. What I'll do is I'll just Go find a place where I can cast a couple major skills, like, I don't know, alteration, illusion type, whatever. Doesn't matter. That's ridiculous. Yeah, this whole getting into university, got to come up with a weapon that does something. Because the damage is, well, I'm not going to say it's not balanced. It may be just what they intended right here. But, okay, what if there were 3 wolves right there? Well, if they all hit me at the same time, I'm probably one-shotted. And I got to bang on each one for 10 minutes? No, that's... I understand there's poisons and there's other things to factor in. And I could make some effort to go find the ingredients necessary to make some more of those. And that's actually probably a good idea. But I'm personally not really wanting to use up alchemy skill points right now, honestly. So I have a bunch of alchemy ingredients. I have a bunch of restore fatigue and stuff, which I thought I might need a little more than now. But stamina management isn't so bad. Even when I'm just, you know, spamming my weapons, still, it's not too bad. Might be a good idea to dump some of that stuff. I need to make some restore health potions for myself, too. The few that I've got, they're not going to last forever. Yeah, I think somebody attempted to use this spell and it backfired. Alright, so as not to jeopardize my relationship with the guild at the moment, I think I'm going to give this back to TES. But I think as long as I don't talk to Irana, the option is always open to get the book back later and give it to her. I believe so. I don't know that TES is being all upfront about what this book's about anyway, to be honest. You know how those Argonians are. He could be being shifty. Stop profiling TES. Well, I'm just saying. Shifty little eyes telling me about how it's all Irana's fault. Whatever thorn she's got in her hide. I don't know. Not sure what's up with her. And that dog trainer lady. Seems like something involves her later, too. Fighters Guild, maybe? I don't remember. Alright, let me go get rid of my disease, and, yeah, let me talk to her real quick, too.
Blessings. I'm Orig Grabargel, servant of Stendar. May you grow in the faith.
Orc's just awesome.
May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Well, yeah, I'd love that cure disease there, although I can't cast it forever. But that would be nice, although it costs, like, my entire week's paycheck. Not cool. Well, she's got novice mercantile skill, but she doesn't like me very much. It's a little cheaper. Sure.
Thank you for your patronage. Enough talk.
Yeah, she doesn't like me. Awesome. Alright, so disease is gone. Anyway. Don't have hell joint anymore. Hell joint. I don't even know what that does. Didn't sound good, though. Whatever it is, I don't want it. That's good enough for me.
The children are starving. Please help.
Alright, we might make many a trip back to the city here. Who knows?
Heard any news from the other provinces?
Nothing I'd like to do.
What is it, associate? What can I do for you? You found the book. My trust in you was well placed, it seems. Hand it over, if you please. Ah, yes, this is indeed the correct book. You've not been able to open it, I presume. Then all is well. You have shown yourself worthy of the guild, and for that I thank you. You shall have the recommendation you need. Now, I must ensure this book is kept safe excuse me.
Right, he takes it to his quarters. I'm sure we can go get it right on back, but, see ya, man. Something tells me he wanted that book for himself as much as Irana wanted it for herself, or something. Anyway, I could probably just, sit here and just cast a couple simple spells and level up real quick. I'll hit a skin grad. I don't remember where the Mage's Guild is, what it's closest to. Not sure. Anyway, we'll go there in a minute. So, here we are. Made some pretty decent progress so far, considering we're just a noob. looking kind of ragtag right now, too. Anyway, as soon as we leveled this up here, I only needed a couple points. There we go. Although I don't know if wasting alteration right now is necessarily a good idea, come to think of it, since it's a willpower skill, and I might want to raise my willpower later. Keep that stuff in mind. But, and I can't sleep here. Oh, great. Well, you know what? I'm not going up to the 3rd or 4th floor, or whatever that was, wherever the beds might be. Hoping I might be able to find a place to sleep. Screw that. We'll go find the inn. Plus, I want to go find Darma's mother and do some trading. These mages in the guilds only buy certain stuff. Really just the stuff you pilfer from their shelves. That's about it. I need to sell all this other junk. In fact, I may even go to Ongar. I'll just run over to Bruma and dump off whatever stolen stuff I have. I know I have some like rings and necklaces, maybe a couple potions or something. I don't know. Well, I've been trying to use my stolen stuff, the consumables, as I go. The Grey Mare. Yeah, let's go ahead and sleep this off. Let's go level up real quick. And then we'll head out to, I guess, Skingrad, I guess.
Hello. You haven't seen my sons, have you? They went off into the forest.
Ah, oh, that's a quest.
Hail!
I'm worried about them.
An honor to serve you. I'm Imfrid, owner and publican of the Grey Mare, at your service. A room? Or food? Whatever you wish. I have a room ready if you need it for the night. It'll be 10 gold. Interested? The room's yours for the night. It's just upstairs, the first door on the left. Sleep well.
Imfrid. That's a Nord name if I ever heard one.
Without question.
Yeah, you go save that guy's sons, and I think if you can keep them both alive, you get Chillrend. But it's all level dependent. Like, there's a lot of things that it's really not a wise idea to do it early unless you're just doing it just for fun. But if you actually want the item that's there as a quest reward, especially if it's like a unique armor, weapon, whatever, it's best to do it around level, I think, 18 to 20. Somewhere in that range. You know, 20 is a good safe bet to get the highest grade reward that you can.
Hi there.
Like, say you do it at level 15, Chillrend might have, I don't know, say 20 points of damage, where you do it at level 18, it'll have 25. That's a pretty big difference. Plus, it may even have a bigger charge on it. You may get, I don't know, geez, 160 uses out of the thing instead of like 80 or something. You know, things like that. So, the Oblivion gates, actually, they're harder later, because they give you all the high-tier Daedra and stuff, but honestly, that's when you get the good sigil stones and get the good drops. Enemies drop stuff that's actually worth having, honestly. And once you close an Oblivion gate, it's closed. That's it. They don't respawn. There's only a certain number in the world, and the sigil stones are, well, more for armor in my case. I like customizing my own weapons the way I want them. But the ones that apply to armor... In fact, I think every sigil stone has an armor and a weapon stat, depending on what you put it on. If you put it on a weapon, it'll give you, like, say, fire. But if you put it on armor, it might give you fire resistance or something. That type of thing. Or maybe a weapon that has weakness to magic or health drain or something, but then the armor rating on it might be resistance to magic or absorb magic or something like that, you know. But definitely better to get them at higher levels to where they're stronger. Alright, well, if you want to subscribe, click that button up top. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Been a lot of fun. We'll head to Skingrad. I guess I'll meet you there. If you want to catch the rest of this playthrough, you can click that image in the middle. It should send you straight to the playlist. Alright, see you on the next one. Bye-bye.